Hi, and welcome again to this latest episode of La Plata Ward 4 Video Update. This is David Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4, and your host for this video update, as well as my companion La Plata Ward 4 Update podcast. So I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving, and now we look forward to a great Christmas and a prosperous and happy 2024. This particular video is a update to the Pinegrove development that's under construction now. This is a follow-up to a town council agenda request, which was made at our November 4th, 2023 meeting, town council meeting, with a request to have the Pinegrove developer, D.R. Horton, and their local attorney provide an annual update or status or periodic updates on the development progress, their future plans, and construction schedule. This agenda request was approved, or it was consented to, but we don't have a date, and it has not been scheduled at this time. Now, this particular video is a follow-up to my previous video in December 2022 called Pinegrove, also known as Heritage Green Update. The source of this information is from the town's planning department, as well as and can be accessed from the planning department's website and their monthly development update. So first, let's talk a little bit about the overall plan. This is a previously approved master site development plan. The developer is called D.R. Horton out of Texas. They purchased the property in August of 2020, and they changed the project name from Heritage Green to Pinegrove. This particular property was annexed in the town back in 1990. The total area of the site is over 1,000 acres, and it stretches from Charles Street, where you can see my cursor, down at the bottom of the screen, all the way north to Rosewick Road, which is where my cursor is now. And then also on the east side are the existing communities of Hickory Ridge, which is here, and then Agricopia, which is here. To the west is the CSX Railroad, as well as Washington Avenue. The property is zoned what we call a floating zone. It's called Traditional Development Mixed Use District. This required master site development plan was approved in February of 2021, and I believe was modified in 2022. The current annexation agreement indicates that the residential development will not exceed approximately 3,170 residential dwelling units, which include single-family detached townhouses and duplexes, as well as a commercial, retail, office, and industrial spaces located on the northern end of the site, which is where my cursor is. The open space requirement was 25%, and so they are providing 30%. The developer will be providing 3 access points into the site. At the bottom, there'll be a signalized intersection at Maryland 6 or Charles Street, here where my cursor is, extending, and then there'll be a second entrance up at Rosewick Road, which is a county road, and I believe that particular intersection is under construction as we speak. And then there'll be a third access point, which will connect to Washington Avenue, also a county road. Please note that all these intersections and all the internal roads, all the internal infrastructure, including water, sewer, stormwater management, is being constructed by the developer. So therefore, they're paying for it. So they are funding all that. There's another a minor access point. This is called Neighborhood Q, where my cursor is. That'll connect through Pollen Drive into Agricopia. I think there's 68 single-family units in that particular neighborhood. and I'll get to that in a moment. And then there's and that'll connect internally with neighborhood N, which is to the above, or to where my cursor is north of neighborhood G. Neighborhood Q. This particular site also includes a proposed school site. And so the developer, again, D.R. Horton, is working with the Charles County Board of Education to look at one of two sites. And so they're currently working with them to finalize that location and access to that particular site. The initial school site would be about 20 acres, but the school board may require a slightly larger site than that. That's an ongoing discussion as we speak. So let me now go to the next slide, which is called Pinegrove Development Tracking. Again, this is as of August of 2023. So it does show construction that is underway in different projects, which are in color. So let me briefly go through these in sequence. First of all, neighborhood K, which is where my cursor is. That particular section is under construction. It was approved in 2022 by the Planning Commission. That particular neighborhood K is proposing 176 residential dwelling units. And this will be the site that will access down what they call La Plata Parkway, and access onto Charles Street at a signalized intersection, which I mentioned earlier. You will note also that the green highlight just means that that's just the road construction. The red indicates the water and sewer lines and other infrastructure. So that's neighborhood K. Let's move over to neighborhood O. Again, this is where my cursor is. That's 68 residential dwelling units. Again, that is also under construction. That was approved in January of 2023. Actually, the Planning Commission approved it in 2022, but they've been moving forward until now it's under construction. Again, 68 dwelling units. That will provide access into Agricopia through Pollen Drive, Pollen, into Agricopia. And then eventually it'll make another connection into neighborhood N to the north. And then that'll connect back into the larger roadways within Pinegrove itself. Let's move on up to the northern part of the site where my cursor is. That's neighborhood Q, lot number 1. That's 228 multifamily dwelling units. So there will be three-story garden-style apartment building, 6-story garden-style apartment buildings. That major site development plan, or that master plan, was approved this past August, and I believe they've broken ground with grading permits as well. Neighborhood A, that's just here where my cursor is, again up to the northern part of the site. That plan was approved in January 2023. That's 35 acres, 236 attached dwelling units. This particular neighborhood will then access via a new road called La Plata Parkway, and will access out to Rosewick Road. Again, that's the second of 3 entrances to the project. Again, all the signals are being developed and would be built and paid for by the developer, D.R. Horton. So again, I just wanted to bring a brief update to my previous video which was done about a year ago. So there's been a lot of activity at the site, and you probably have been noticing that. You will also probably note that in neighborhood P, which is where my cursor is on the north side of Rosewick Road, that's a portion of their commercial, retail, and office area of this larger project. So they've been doing some infrastructure and grading and some access. You'll see that construction going on now. And I also believe recently they're punching through and developing the second entrance into Rosewick Road. So again, this information is available from the La Plata's planning department through their website, and I'll provide a reference to this on the video notes. So I just wanted to bring this to you. Hopefully, D.R. Horton will will be scheduled to come before the town council, so we can begin to meet them and understand more of the project, and they can provide hopefully an annual update of their progress as they move forward on the project. So again, thanks for watching and listening. Let me know any questions or comments you have, and you can certainly email me at djenkins@townoflaplata.org. Thanks a lot, and I hope to hear from you soon.